Yo, what's up, Death Note fans? Welcome back to the channel. And prepare to dive back into the mind games and psychological warfare of this iconic anime. Today we're dissecting episode 2 of Death Note, and I'm already feeling the chills. Before we dive in, let's quickly recap the mind-blowing twists and turns of episode 1. Like Yagami, a brilliant high school student found the Death Note, a mysterious notebook that could kill anyone whose name was written in it. Driven by a warped sense of justice, Light started using the Death Note to rid the world of criminals. So with that mind-bending intro in mind, get ready to delve deeper into the world of Death Note, where the lines between good and evil are constantly blurred. Let's get into it.
The human whose name is written in this notebook shall die. Now, what will happen? The Death Note. It's for real.
Any human who's used a Death Note can neither go to heaven nor hell for eternity.
I want the world to know of my existence. That there's someone out there passing righteous judgment on the wicked. And I will become the god of this new world.
He found himself.
Like I said in the first episode, I honestly think even if he didn't pick up this Death Note, he's the type of person who'd probably end up shooting up a mall or school or something like that, or just end up being a serial killer because he's got a very twisted mind to begin with. So, yeah, there's definitely something wrong with the boy.
Overwhelmed with happiness and satisfaction,
I have no idea
knowing
he was
that
thinking
at
coming
long
to my house,
last
but I am
his
so
dream had
through him.
finally
Seriously?
come true.
So what happened with your dad after that?
All right then, Yagami.
Mhm.
Please recite this line for us.
Sure. Having finally made his dream a reality, he was overwhelmed, both by the magnitude of his achievement and by the joy and happiness that it brought him.
That was very well done, but I'm not surprised, of course. Absolutely flawless. Very good. Well then, we'll leave it at that for today.
So does Ryuk just basically follow him everywhere he goes as long as he has the Death Note? Is that how it works?
I thought it'd never end. How do you do this every day? It's so boring here. Hey, where you going? Hey, Light, are you listening to me?
Don't talk to me. Unlike you, people can still hear me when I talk out loud.
Well, aren't
Yeah, it would look a little weird talking to yourself, you know?
you boring?
Hey, what's up, Light? We were just gonna head down
Sorry, I'm a little busy today.
You don't have anything to do. Aren't you just gonna go home and hang out in your room as usual?
What are you talking about? Of course I have something to do. Yes, something very important.
He's got to kill more people. That's what he's got to do.
There was more violence across the city today. Another stabbing, this time at a restaurant in the heart of the Kabukicho district of Shinjuku. Following a heated exchange between two employees.
Hey, Light. I'm talking to you.
What is it?
Why are you working so hard?
I can't afford to waste any time. I have a very small window to write names in this notebook. I only have from when I get home from school until I go to bed. I still need to sleep so I can maintain my average and stay at the top of my class. Obviously, I can't be sleeping in class. Plus, there's all the studying at home and at cram school. I can't let myself get too tired.
I'll give the kid credit. He's smart as hell. Maybe a little bit too smart and very organized at that, too. So, I can see where he's coming from, wanting to get plenty of sleep and manage his time properly so he does get plenty of sleep, plenty of rest for school, and still maintain his grades and kill people at the same time. So, yeah.
It'll start to affect my health and my mental performance. If I'm serious about trying to create an ideal world that's free from evil, then I need to make the most of my time.
Huh? Weird. Hey, Light, what's going on? Why is your
saw you. What is it?
Can you help me with my homework?
Yeah, okay.
We're doing quadratic equations in math. Sorry to interrupt. I know you're studying right now, but I'm like the only person in my class who doesn't get this stuff. Thanks so much.
No problem.
I'd be careful if I were you. If anyone else touches that notebook you've got hidden in the drawer right now, they'll be able to see me too.
He waits.
Oh, that's interesting. That's also terrifying too. He definitely needs to keep that thing hidden, not just out in the open.
Till now to mention that important detail? Damn Shinigami.
What's wrong? Are you all right?
It's nothing. So, what exactly don't you understand? What are you stuck on?
Well, I think all of it.
There have been 52 deaths that we're aware of, and that's just in the past week.
Every single one of them involved a heart attack.
They were all criminals who were either being held in
I sort of figured as much that with all these deaths, even though they're all heart attacks, would probably get the attention of the police. So this doesn't surprise me.
prisoner who were wanted by police for outstanding crimes. And I think it's safe to say there are other criminals whose deaths are unaccounted for.
In which case, the death toll could be well over 100.
Morning, Chief. They started the meeting without you.
That's fine. I had to take an urgent call from headquarters.
At any rate, these were criminals who were probably facing execution sooner or later. Perhaps we shouldn't...
Why should it matter whether it's a criminal or someone innocent? Last time I checked, murder was still murder.
It's still too early to consider these a homicide.
Then how did all these...
He's right there. I mean, how can you prove a heart attack as a murder? I mean, that's basically impossible. You know, I never really thought of that, to be honest with you.
People have heart attacks at the exact same time. That's not coincidence, it's murder!
You think it's possible to simultaneously kill all these people in different locations?
We're treating this as an elaborate murder plot that's been carried out by a large organization.
If it is a large organization, I'm sure I'm not alone in suspecting the FBI or CIA.
I dare you to say that again!
Now, this is not the time to be joking around. We need to confirm that these are indeed homicides and not coincidences.
How? Autopsy results show that in all of these cases, the victims died of a sudden heart attack.
Investigating a series of heart attacks is pointless. I don't see what else we can learn.
Absolutely. If these people had been shot or stabbed, at least we'd have something to go on.
If that's the case, it looks as if we'll have no choice but to bring in L.
L? Who's that?
Chief, what's this L they're talking about?
Right. I forgot that it's your first time at this conference. We don't know L's real name or whereabouts. In fact, we still don't even know what he looks like. However, he's managed to solve every case he's ever taken on. And he's tackled some of the greatest mysteries this world has ever known. He hides in the shadows, but he's the best of the best. A last resort, our trump card.
But I've heard this L is extreme.
Now, someone like that doesn't sound like they would be very trustworthy. I mean, sure, they've solved some of these great mysteries and all, but I'd still be asking questions about them.
Extremely arrogant. I understand he'll only take on cases that he's personally interested in.
That's exactly right. Besides, we don't even know how to contact him.
L is already on the move. Gentlemen, L has already begun his investigation into these incidents.
What?
Huh? Who's that?
That man's the only known person who can contact L. Nobody knows his true identity either. Please be silent. L would now like to address the delegates.
Greetings to all of you at the ICPO. I am L.
What are we doing here anyway? I don't understand why we're sneaking around this dump.
Wait, don't just move on. I want to know more about this L guy. It's got me intrigued about him.
Tell me.
Isn't it obvious? You told me that anyone who touches the Death Note will be able to see you. I can't afford to carry something this dangerous with me anymore. Up until now, I thought that if my family ever saw the notebook, I could tell them I was keeping records
What's he gonna destroy it?
of various criminals in preparation for becoming a detective one day. But I'm walking a very fine line right now. I don't want to think about it, but if I make one mistake, I might end up killing my own family.
He doesn't sound like he would be too upset about doing that, the way he said that. Now, if that was me, I'd be like, I don't want to kill my family. And he's like, oh, I might accidentally kill my family. That's the way it sounded to me.
The difficulty of this case lies in its unprecedented scope. And make no mistake, we're witnessing an atrocious act of mass murder, one that is unforgivable. This case cannot be solved without the full cooperation of the ICPO, that is, all of the police organizations you represent throughout the world. You need to make the decision to fully support the investigation at this meeting. Also, I require additional cooperation from Japan's National Police Agency.
What? Why Japan in particular?
Whether the guilty party is an individual or a group, there's a strong possibility that they're Japanese. And even if they're not, we can be sure they're hiding in Japan.
What is all this based on?
Why Japan, you ask? I think I'll be able to provide you with proof of that after I directly confront the culprit.
A direct confrontation?
At any rate, I would like to set up the investigation headquarters in Japan.
Well, I mean, he's already right there about the culprit being in Japan. So obviously this light guy knows what he's talking about and what he's doing. Still wouldn't trust him, but still.
That was easier to make than I thought it'd be.
Huh? Does that mean you were able to hide the notebook?
Yeah. I hid it right here in this drawer.
But it doesn't seem to be particularly well hidden. You left the key in the lock.
That's the whole point. I intentionally left the key in the most noticeable place I could think of.
Isn't that just a regular diary?
That's what it is. I'm guessing that once most people find the diary inside my desk, that'll probably satisfy their curiosity. But the real key is this. Just an everyday item that you'd expect to find lying around on my desk. A regular ballpoint pen. And all I need is this part.
So that's the key?
Yeah. If you look closely, you'll find that there's a small hole underneath the drawer. Then you just insert this.
Oh, that's smart.
Fake bottom. The diary will distract most people, so I doubt anyone will find it.
But that's not all.
Oh?
Even if someone figures out that there's a fake base, I've set things up so that there's no way they could get their hands on the notebook. You see, once the ink reservoir is inserted, it acts as an insulator, preventing the flow of electricity around this circuit. When the fake base of the drawer is put back, this piece of rubber also prevents the flow of electricity. However, if someone were to try and force the bottom of the drawer open, the circuit would connect, and that would ignite the gasoline contained in this thin plastic casing.
Oh, wow.
Instantly setting the notebook on fire. The way I've got it set up, all the evidence would be completely destroyed. If I'm ever questioned, I'll just say that I was hiding the real diary because I didn't want anyone to see it. It sounds like a pretty believable excuse. I mean, it is my diary after all.
I've heard of humans finding death notes in the past, and typically the biggest problem they have is finding a good place to hide it. But you, Light, you're probably the first to have given it this much thought. Though it's a pretty risky setup from the
Like I said, he's pretty damn smart.
look of it. If you make even the slightest mistake, you could be badly burned.
Risky? You say the strangest things sometimes, Ayuk. This whole thing has been a risk since the very beginning, from the moment I obtained the Death Note. I'm sorry, but compared to that, this doesn't even qualify as a risk to me. In fact, it actually protects me. It all comes down to a choice. Would I prefer to be executed or deal with a little house fire?
Damn. That's dark.
Last night in the West Tokyo Penitentiary, Naoki Kurotsukayama, originally sentenced to 15 years for armed robbery, is reported to have died of a sudden heart attack at the age of 32. This is just the most recent death in a steadily growing number of cases involving inmates dying.
This is unbelievable. Criminals are dropping like flies lately.
It's a little scary, but at the same time, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, just make sure you don't do anything bad.
I wouldn't be surprised if the police were behind this.
No way. The police don't have that kind of power. Don't you know about him?
Huh? About who?
Kira. You know, Kira.
I wonder who's going to be killed next.
Kida? Is that his name? Is that what they're calling the killer?
Ryuk, you should check this out.
Huh?
Websites like this are popping up everywhere lately.
The Legend of Kira the Savior. Huh. Sounds pretty cool. Is this about you?
Yeah, I think they've taken the name Kira from the English word killer. Can't say I'm too happy about that, but it looks like that's the name they've decided to give me. When I search the word Kira, I'm pulling up tons of sites just like this one.
Is it Kita or Kira? Like Kira? Is that what they're saying?
The media hasn't picked up on it. They're still calling this a succession of unexplained deaths among the world's most hardened criminals. But the people of the world can already sense that there's something happening. They know there's someone out there passing righteous judgment.
Oh?
Human beings are like that, Ryuk.
Huh.
Although out loud, but they all understand what's happening.
That's probably the worst thing about the internet. I mean, just because you're anonymous, people think they think and do basically anything they want and can say anything they want without repercussions, you know? That's probably one of the worst things. One of the worst things about the internet.
Someone's making the bad guy. Everything is going just like I planned.
We'd like to apologize for the interruption. As of now, we're bringing you a live worldwide broadcast from Interpol's ICPO.
What, are we connected now? Oh, we have a feed. Okay.
We now take you live to the ICPO. I head up an international police task force which includes all member nations. I am Lind L. Taylor, otherwise known as L.
Oh, so this is L. So he's actually showing his face. Interesting.
Who is this guy?
So this is how it all begins.
But sir, I don't get it. He's never actually shown his face before, right? Why would he choose to do it now?
It must mean L's serious about this. L, we followed every single one of your orders. Now it's time for you to prove what you said to the ICPO.
Criminals around the world are being murdered by a serial killer. I consider this crime to be the most atrocious act of murder in history. I will not rest until the person or persons responsible are brought to justice. Kira, I will hunt you down. I will find you.
He seems certain he'll catch you.
That fool. He'll never find me. He'll have to get this first. And as long as the police don't find it, there won't be any evidence to convict me. Which means that catching me will be absolutely impossible. I anticipated that the police would get involved and that something like this might happen.
Kira, I've got a pretty good idea what your motivation might be.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, it's almost, it just seems so difficult to prove something like this, to catch someone doing this without knowing about the Death Note.
And I can guess what you hope to achieve. However, what you're doing right now is evil.
You think I'm evil? I am justice! I protect the innocent and those who fear evil! I'm the one who'll become the god of a new world that everyone
Oh, he got a little triggered there, didn't he?
desires. All those who would oppose that god, they are the ones who are truly evil. I guess you're just too stupid, L.
Wait, is he gonna kill him?
Too bad. This could have been a lot more interesting if you'd only been a bit smarter.
Wow, okay then. He's not messing around, that's for sure.
I'll show the world what happens when you cross me. The entire world is watching. L. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, damn. Right there on live TV too. Wow. Yeah, Light's crazy as hell, man. I don't care what you say. He's nuts.
What's wrong? You got nothing else to say?
What?
I had to test this just in case, but I never thought it would actually happen.
Oh, wait, that wasn't the real L. Oh, that's smart. But he just sacrificed that guy. What the hell? Sounds like L's just as demented as Light is.
Kira, it seems you can kill people without having to be there in person. I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't just witnessed it. Listen to me, Kira. If you did indeed kill Lind L. Taylor, the man who you just saw die on television, I should tell you that he was an inmate whose execution was scheduled for today.
Oh, wow. Okay. So wow. Interesting.
That was not me.
What?
The police arrested him in absolute secrecy, so you wouldn't have heard about him on TV or through the internet. It appears that not even you have access to information about these types of criminals.
He got you there.
But I assure you, L is real. I do exist. Now, try to kill me.
You bastard.
What's wrong?
What the hell is going on?
Right
He's really
now,
taking this
kill
too
me.
far. Are you trying to kill yourself, Elle?
What's going on?
Look, it's Kira versus Elle. A live broadcast of killing.
This is freaky.
Amazing. Do it, Kira! Someone stop this.
Can't you do it? Well, Kira, it's...
Well, sounds like we got two very intelligent people going against each other. So this is getting good.
Seems that you can't kill me after all.
So there are some people you can't kill. You've given me a useful hint.
Let me return the favor. I'll tell you something that I think you'll find interesting. Although this was announced as a worldwide broadcast, the truth is, we are only broadcasting in the Kanto region of Japan. I had planned to broadcast this message around the world until we found you, but it looks like that won't be necessary. I now know where...
Whoa, that's smart. Damn, this guy's good.
you are.
This Elle guy is pretty good.
The police police treated your first killing as an unrelated incident, but in actuality, the first of your victims was a suspect in Shinjuku. Of all the criminals that have recently died of heart attacks, this one's crime was by far the least serious. Furthermore, his crime was only ever reported inside Japan.
I use that information to deduce this much.
You are in Japan, and your first victim was little more than an experiment, which means that you haven't been killing for very long. We decided to broadcast in Kanto first because of its large population, and luckily, we found you. To be completely honest with you, I never expected that things would go this well, but it won't be too long now before I am able to sentence you to death.
El has
Wow. I'm impressed.
certainly lived up to his reputation.
He proved that Kira exists, that the deaths were murders, and that he is here in Japan.
Naturally, I'm very interested to know how you're able to commit these murders without being present, but I don't mind waiting a little bit longer.
You can answer all of my questions when I catch you.
Let's meet again soon, Kira.
Light, I think you just got played, brother.
Really? He's going to sentence me to death? Sounds interesting. I accept your challenge, El.
Each of them has to hunt down the other without knowing the other's name or face. And the first one whose identity is revealed will die. Humans are so much fun.
This really turned into a game of cat and mouse here.
Kira, I will hunt you down wherever you're hiding, and I will eliminate you. I am justice. I'm not the one who's going to find El. I can let the police do that for me, and when they do, that's when I'll eliminate him. Looks like I may be able to provide you with more entertainment, Ryuk.
The latest episode of Death Note ratchets up the tension, expertly weaving a tapestry of suspense and intrigue. Light's double life continues to unfold, showcasing his uncanny ability to juggle academic pressure with his ruthless crusade against evil. We see him diligently studying, helping his sister with her homework, and even managing to get a good night's sleep, all while meticulously plotting and executing his plans in the Death Note. However, the shadows of consequence start to loom larger. The inexplicable surge in criminal heart attacks draws the attention of law enforcement agencies, prompting the intervention of L, the enigmatic detective known for solving the most baffling cases. The episode masterfully introduces L, highlighting his eccentricities and intellect, while leaving us hungry for more glimpses into his mind. Light's newfound anxiety about his family discovering the Death Note adds an emotional layer to his story. He takes cautious steps to hide the notebook, revealing a vulnerable side beneath his cool facade. L's dramatic appearance on live television, announcing his pursuit of Kira, is a chilling moment. Light, driven by his paranoia, takes the bold step of writing L's name in the Death Note, only discovered that L on TV was merely a clever disguise. The revelation that Kira is real and a genuine threat throws the episode into a frenzy and leaving viewers breathless. Light's final declaration, vowing to uncover the true identity of L before L uncovers his, solidifies the high stakes of this game of cat and mouse. The episode masterfully leaves us on a cliffhanger, eager to see how Light will navigate this treacherous path and what lengths he will go to in order to remain one step ahead. This episode of Death Note perfectly balances suspense, psychological intrigue, and character development, reminding us why this anime continues to be a classic. The tension is palpable, the characters are complex, and the stakes are higher than ever. So, As always, let me know what your thoughts are about the episode in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more anime reactions. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.